Here come the ads nobody asked for. Pausing like a decent human.
Hello, and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all doing well. It is, interesting stream. Because I'll be designing, or not really designing. I have a bunch of concept pieces, and I need to make up my mind on what I want for different aspects of the character's like aesthetic. Like I have a bunch of basic AI images, and you want to get some more reference images and figure out like what do I actually want for different aspects of it? How do I want things to work? How is it going to actually look in 3D? And so the plan is to do the plan is to take a turntable drawing and draw over it to figure out the outfit, basically, and do diagrams and that kind of stuff. We'll see how it goes, but that's the plan. And so that way, I have things figured out, because I realize as I'm talking with the character person, like they're going in a direction, I'm like, it's not really that. And I try to explain it, but explaining it's hard. And when I draw it, it's because there's a bunch of different reference. It's like, it could be this, it could be this. So I want to specifically, like, okay, let's do this. And then we can pivot a little left and right from there to figure things out. So That's kind of the idea. So it'll be a lot of drawing with a mouse today. And drawing with a mouse is never good. So don't expect anything great. I wish... I don't even want a tablet. I want genuinely, if there was a way of having a pencil and paper, like that, the feeling of a pencil, I still can, right, is how I learned to draw long ago. Like if I could just have that and translate it to, you know, PC, I guess that'd be ideal. But because no matter what digital pen I've ever held, it's never felt like a pencil. And it makes sense because the feeling of, right, graphite on paper is different than you would get from a plastic tip or whatever it's made of on a probably glass or plastic surface of any kind of thing you're pressing on. So like it makes sense why. It's just I wish I could get that feeling back. Oh well. But shall we get started? I think why not kind of thing. I'll be doing it in here in this lovely program. Look, I even made it nice. I made the whole thing have a black background, okay? No flashbangs for you guys. Don't worry. Now, let's grab the design of the character to use as a base to draw over. Perfect. That seems about the right proportions that we're going for the main character. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. There we go. That's what I'll be drawing over. That should be good enough for us. Let's go ahead and in the middle. Where's the middle? There's the middle. Okay. Well, lock that. Lock that. And let's make this I need to draw a different color. What color do we draw as? Red. Beautiful red. Oh. You know what I want? I want, like almost, is this stabilizer? The stabilizer. How do I want? That does seem like it makes the curve a lot better. Yeah, I think actually I want a stabilizer. That's literally what I wanted. Yeah. That's a lot smoother. Cool. You know what? Yeah, pressure's not gonna do anything. Okay, so let's begin. Let's start with grabbing one of my main concepts. I'll throw this in here. Can I guess if I want to crop it, it'll be kind of a pain, but that's fine. Grab you. Let's start with designing of the boots, basically. Also, this technically, whoever drew this didn't do it right, because when you're drawing this, you're supposed to keep this all straight. And so this is off. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay, yeah. Yeah, it only has the smoothness stuff. Cool. Yeah, that's a little off. So, like... Right, this seems like top of the hips, top of the hips. Bottom's bottom. Right. If that all lines up, but something happened here where it no longer lines up. I don't know how this happened for this person that drew this. Obviously, I just grabbed a random one. Right? Like, everything else seems to line up. Anyway, not important. Let's go ahead and grab some concepts. Let's see what I got. Nope, not you. Just pull up stuff, and I might just generate a bunch more, and then try to find also some stuff online for reference. I'm gonna start with the one that I like the most. The one that I kind of. Oh, actually, this one's not bad. You. Is it? Where is it? The one that I'm looking for. Ah. Oh, I think I found it. Okay. Let's put these in. Let's see. Puppy. Puppy. Hey, face over face. Hello, Stormrun. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. It's Eris from Mushoku Tensei. You know, the fact that I was thinking of calling her Eris, and you're saying it looks like an Eris from another game is troublesome. What is Mushoku Tensei? Eris. God damn it. I see what you mean. But I see what you mean. This is from Obsidian. That's the name I have for the protagonist right now. I mean, it's not like I can't keep it. But they're both redheaded girls, so I don't know. Do I keep it? Shit. You've been making Charm Raiders animations for a few hours. Got 10 of them in 2 hours. Nice. Good job. Oh, this is this one. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm going to focus on the front view. And what we're going to do is basically select parts and cut them out and just put it into this and scale them and whatever else. And figure out kind of the design. The one thing I really like and want to have is this more elegant look. I don't want this. This is more like rugged medieval. I want definitely more like elegant. That's the best way I can describe it. Maybe, plain and then intricate. Is it for the pixel art game? Yes, there's only one game I'm working on. Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead. I'll start with... it doesn't really matter which one we start with. So let's grab... Problem is, I want to grab just one leg, but one leg's behind the other. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Why? Turn on the stabilizer. Okay, let's... Why are we not... Why is this not 100% black? Oh, there we go. Because we're still using... Why do you not... see, Photoshop is better in that regard. You're going to ask if you were going to use the cloth physics stuff, but no need. Potentially. That I'm not 100% on. So maybe. So I'm going to focus kind of on the leg here, bottom. Basically, what I'm going to want to do is take the parts that I like the most from each one to kind of figure out the look and the style. I mean... So I'm thinking that the knee piece will be part of this. So it's not going to have a separate knee pad. It'll be part of this thing. You attached a flame to Charmander's tail that you made in Agram. I had to make a socket and the effect scaling was complicated, but it works well. Nice, congrats. Good job. The fire moved with the mesh, not just the capsule component. Nice. Yeah. That's the way to do it. You want to have it follow. If you can. just want to do like more angle there. That's hard to say, but I'll get on the reference on the left. Obviously, you'll see where it's from. Let me though drop in a levels maybe on it. Just so we can see it. And also a HSL is fine. I wanted this on. No, not HSL. I wanted brightness contrast. So you can see, so it's easier to see the detail or the shape of it. It's not going to be exact, but I want to see it a little bit better. And then I can go ahead and draw over it. For the shapes that I want. Or the shapes that I like. So I like that. I like probably match the one on the left here. Hey guys, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. And then here, this is the pad. Let me just be like something like this. Yeah. I think something along those lines. What you're going to do, designing the character's outfit. Like actually deciding what parts are going to go where, what is the design that I want, and making it figuring out like, okay, I want this piece here, and then so I have like an idea of like the aesthetic and like more concrete direction, basically. Hey, Skronek. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Probably want to do something like this, though. I definitely want them to be a little more form-fitting. Okay. Then from here, I really like this design. I think I want to keep that. The other thing is, so like this would be, maybe, you know what? Maybe this shouldn't. I was thinking this should be what's it called? Armor. But I'm tempted to make this entire part just fabric. Like the boots are the metal. And then this is fabric. Like all of this. Yeah, be about there. Be about there. Could be cheesecloth? I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. Like, it could be. I'm not saying it can't. But I feel like there's better options. Let's go ahead and throw in the same kind of levels on it. Actually see the damn thing. So fun drawing with a mouse. It's the best. I've it's truly the best. Let's go ahead and just put this here. Now, I'll do the drawing on the left. Basically, I'm just going to draw what like the parts that I just want to have. So, let's make this 100% so you can see it better. So I want this, and I'll say all fabric. So I think all that is fabric. This is obviously not fabric, just to be clear here. Right? We're not having this be fabric. Okay. Now comes the next actual difficult thing to figure out. Is freaking the waist. Because there's a lot of different ways of doing it, and it also includes kind of the fabric that spills off of her. There's a bunch of different ones. Let me actually grab some more reference that I have that I want to use. Grab you. Way too big though. What do I'm gonna use? I'm not gonna use you from here. See, I kind of like how this attaches in the back, but at the same time, probably not gonna go that way. So I'll just throw it like down here. When the artist was saying, saw the design, he's like, oh, that reminds me of Katarina from LoL, League of Legends. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to make this entire thing bigger. There you go. I mean, I can understand it. When I looked it up, it's like, okay, it's a redhead with somewhat skimpy outfit. That's pretty much it. Guts, you weren't here earlier when Face After Face ruined my afternoon. With basically same thing, thanks to something very simple. How so? This is from the anime Mushoku Tensei, and her name is Eris. My character's name that I decided on yesterday was Eris. So now I'm conflicted. I don't know the anime. I know nothing about this anime. I don't know who this person is. I don't know the character. I know nothing. But the point I'm trying to make, if this is Eris, and I'm making this character that's also going to be called Eris, I mean, I don't know. I feel like, no, it's not the same character, but they're both red-haired. God damn it. So name might be changing. Isekai harem type? The type of anime doesn't matter to me. I'm just... I don't know. Maybe I stick with it and just doesn't matter. It probably doesn't matter. But the coincidence is quite high. Hey look, this sword is in her thigh. So you can find more reference. Yep. All the reference images. Let's put it all in one place. Wait, does that mean you've seen Nigga Guts? Because you're quite aware of it as well. Because I never heard of it. And now we have 2 people in chat that know about it. Okay, I think I need even more space, actually. Okay, so far. Actually, on space. You didn't watch it? He already has 2 wives. That girl will be the next. I should probably save this. Character design. Hello, D's. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm figuring out certain stuff about the character, like the outfit, how it's gonna work, and all that. So I'm making a big board of all the concept reference stuff that I have, and figuring out, okay, what is actually gonna work. I really like the more sleek leggings, so I think I'm going with that. The metallic here, I should probably just write that. Actually, it's gonna be draw over. Let's say metal. Actually, what I'm gonna do is make this a different color, and let's just be on orange. Doesn't matter. Metal, and then don't want to do it there. No, let's do a drawing over here. So this part's fabric. This is metal. What's the game about? The lore is still being worked on, but it is a deck building action RPG with Binding of Isaac style passive abilities that all stack together. I don't have Unreal open right now even, but there's devlogs on the channel that you can check out for a quick look-see. I'd show you in Unreal, but I don't even have it open right now. Also, you guys weren't here earlier. Pretty much no one was. You want to see how this is the design I'm using? Yeah. I was joking around saying, yeah, let me just go ahead and get the draw over image that I'm going to be using for my character. That's totally in proportion. Perfect. So this is going to be the main character. And anyway. You play the Binding of Isaac religiously, and you're a big fan of deck building games like Inscription. Yeah, so I heavily am inspired by Binding of Isaac in regards where, so if you ever played Hades, gods gave you three power-ups you choose from. And instead you build your deck, and the power-ups that you get during the run is stuff from your deck, and the abilities are like Binding of Isaac style passive abilities that you would get that just all stack together. So you can get an effect, you can get an aura, you can run faster, you can do more damage, you can do area damage, attack in multiple directions, all sorts of that kind of stuff. And then you can get more cards to put into your deck from battling the bosses, and it's a roguelike, so you, yeah. Oh. And this is the main character that we're designing and figuring out the armor and stuff for. So what the hell do I want to do for the belt? Belt area. This reference for the, I really like the back here, the back and the this part. That's the main reference here. Let's see, what do I want? Do I want more fabric? And it's like pants or like shorts? Shorts might not be terrible, honestly. Like, this is kind of cool, but it's really that she's wearing pants here. I think lighter pants, and they're just fabric on top with a belt. This is just belts. I don't really want this. The idea behind it is, like, I like the interpretation of it, but definitely not literally belts. Could go with something like this, which is just basically short shorts. We're not having this in the front, though. This, I've been told, is a big no. Because legs go forward, right, when you run, it kind of causes an issue when you have fabric in the front. In the back, it's easier. You're gonna have, I think you're gonna have back fabric in the back because it just, you know, it's like this when the legs are here, you know. So fabric in the back, I think, shouldn't be a problem. But using Generate and I to brainstorm armor ideas, basically. I'm not a concept. I'm not an artist. Or some phrase. I'm not a concept artist. I can't just like, oh, let me just draw this out. So yeah, I'm figuring out the general idea, and then I have I hired a character artist who's going to take those general ideas and then make the actual character and then tweak from there. It's not going to be literally, right, it's not going to be one-to-one, but it's going to be like, oh, this is the look that I want. For example, right, like I can see here, right, it's more leather patches with a very, like, I would call it medieval style leg guard. I don't want this. Like, I don't want this style. So like, I really want more of this, where it's like very smooth and clean and elegant. I really like this. So by having like enough, you know, references, you can do stuff like this. But what are we doing for the? I don't think I want this. This is one of the reference. I think one of the things the artist proposed, but I don't think I want that. The one I'm currently leaning most towards. This one's not bad, honestly. This one's not bad. Anything there? No. Okay, I'm not putting this much butt in it, okay? For anyone getting excited, I'm not putting that much butt. You probably wouldn't even see it either way. Because you're not going to be looking at the full 3D character from the back. So, sorry. Wait, do I have this one twice? Oh my god, I have this one twice. Because it's here and here, so I don't need that one. What do we have here? We have a larger belt. You know, this is a different one, right? We have a larger, thicker belt of like almost like multi-layers of belts. Or like a fabric here, and then on top of it is a thicker belt, leather belt. That's not bad. I don't think I want this. I don't want this just big, thick fabric. I want to get a few more references though. I think I have some other ones. All right, this is the other one that we're looking at. Just going full fabric, like shorts. You plan on having the armor fully cover their body? No. Guys, you would like to sexualize the female armor? Just curious. No, this is the closest. This is the general look. This is just, yeah. This is probably going to be what the back wheel is going to look like. Keep in mind that it's going to be mostly a pixel style for the game. No, it's definitely going to be more attractive sexualized than not. I mean, if you want, you know, I can change the design to this. Would that help? Look, everyone has their own thing that they like, I guess. I could give this as the other alternative to the main character. We'll just change the proportions. We'll keep everything the same. I'll just change the proportions of it. To be read aloud to the pixel part, you should have the belly and arms with some skin showing. Yeah. Well, that's the plan. Here, I have the I did a test, obviously on not the final. Here, let's do it. So, right, let's do this. So by having skin showing and the armor more dark, one, it adds contrast. And two, it's able to be, you know, red. This is obviously a little higher pixel art or pixel density than the final result will be. But that's, you know, knowing that this works pretty well gives me a, you know, the go ahead. I have the other one. Yeah, this is this is lower res. But even still, even on this, you can, the skin right really separates the pieces. You could tell this is a strap or a belt or something. You can tell this is something separate, even though this is considerably lower res than the other one. It's not going to be that much higher. It's higher, but like maybe by double, not by like 5x. I increased the resolution of the character quite a bit. Maybe I'll load up the Unreal just to show. Oh, you're talking about something else? Okay. Oh, okay. Also, this is finally going to get an update. Once I figure things out, this is so getting an update. This is like, nothing here is going to be kept because this is so wrong. Get away. One thing that I have to consider, though, is if I put shorts or something on top here, right? If I did something like this would obviously hide this part. So maybe what I'm looking for is more of this design, where it's shorts and a belt strap. So it'd be like this, and then maybe a belt that kind of hangs over hips. So that way you have this part be skin which is going to read even on the pixel art. If you want a fabric skirt, you always give her some absolute territory if you want, if you know what that is. I mean, I'm not giving her a skirt, no. No skirt. Come on, load it up. There you go, finally. No. Oh, this. Let me select it. The hell? Okay. Can I go back now? Can I move this now? There we go. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Unreal. So, basically, it's going to go from this to this, Guts. More or less. So, what we have on the right is what we currently have. And the left is really where it's going to be. So, if I played. It's... I don't know if the character is going to be that tall, but I kind of like the taller character as well. But the reason why it looks taller is just because that is the female model, which is just more slender versus the bulkier male. So it's like the ratio of it is better. But that is the resolution difference. So it should read pretty well. In fact, if I go to my character sprite stuff, I could show it there. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this. Again, all of this might change, but I think that's going to be the go-to. Did I not tell this to open by default? I guess it didn't. So this is the resolution of the character, effectively. This is how much information you're getting at. This is just in the way. And it obviously needs to be color corrected and stuff like that out of this character. So this is the amount of detail is in the original character. And this is what you're getting here. But I've been introduced to a program that I'm trying out called Pixelover. And here you can do like color correct and other stuff on it. So you could play around with different stuff. So you can take it and clean it up, change the contrast and all that stuff on it. Yep. Original one doesn't have much contrast, but you get the vision. Yeah, that's why I'm showing this. So this would be more of accurate to what is good would be, because I would add the contrast in. So you see kind of the detail. And you see it here a little more. Obviously, this is just like a light blue and a skin tone, which is very close. The design that we're making is far more contrasty to begin with. Hello, Unreal Engine for Sir. Welcome in. Hello, Leo. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Who is that snowflake? That's just a random character that I grabbed for testing. Okay, let's grab you. Let's do here. Okay, doesn't help that she's angled here, but we'll make it work. I'll figure it out. Is this the concept art or AI gen? Why not both? It is concept art from AI gen. But I'm taking like different parts that I like, and then this is going to be the base for the concept art that the character artist is going to use. And then we'll go from there. What? Are you talking about good guts? Is there someone reposting my videos? Let's do. I'm gonna erase also here. What's the best way of doing this? I think what I'm gonna do is take this, give it another mask. You got the manual ricochet to work off of actors. Nice. It's just you had to make a custom collision object type in Unreal project settings, but I guess it makes sense. Okay, so it's pretty much like what I was describing, where I just made a collision setup and used that. Let's do this. Use this. And then I'll just duplicate it. Flip it. And then just do this. Is this the same height? Did I hold shift? Just here. And I want this strap. Do I want both straps? I want a strap on both sides? I don't think I do. I think I want the belt to maybe go over. So maybe... So I'm thinking maybe something like, I mean, we could do something like this. Or it's higher on one side than the other.
Stream en live support un tease 2 mois Rex Sized.
Anyone understand that in French? Some bugs you need to work out though, like determining if it's hit a wall or an actor. So do what I did, Leo, for that, which is, again, off of collisions. On-component overlap is for characters. On-component hit, like static meshes, it will generate on-component hit. And then you can use on-component hit versus on-component overlap, which makes you know which one it is. Prediction for the AI. I think I'm having every projectile when it's created register itself on a component on the game mode and basically handle the duration, velocity, and some context about the projectile. Why do you need to do... What is the prediction for the AI? So you can move out of the way or dodge? Don't do it that way, I think. Instead, have the AI just check around it, or give the projectile a radius around it, where when something registers in that overlap, whether from the character to something else or from the projectile to the character, when it registers in that, then it sends the signal to do whatever. Try to dodge or don't try to dodge if you can't, you know. And then you don't have to have every single enemy check of every single projectile. It'll be like, just, oh, is it overlapping? Now I do it on begin overlap and that's it. Yep. At least that's what I would do. There should be another belt. Maybe you should have, like, yeah, another belt here. That can work if every projectile was a sphere? No, that doesn't matter. It's not like you're limited to a single collision box on your projectile. My projectiles have 3 collision boxes on them, or collision spheres / boxes. 3. Because why not? And all of them are checking for different things and for different overlaps. And that way I can say, okay, this one, I'm only going to do this one thing and not the others. And so it's easy for me to separate it out. Explain that again. I think you misunderstood. Okay, here, I'll load up the game and explain it. Abilities, projectile base. Okay, so my projectile has a box collision. It also has another collision box. And it also has another collision box. Because there's nothing stopping you from adding more collision boxes or spheres or anything. So when all I do is update one collision box, and I have it set up where it just grabs the information from that one and assigns it to the others in my case, because I just want it to be the same. But if I look at the collision information, the main one is overlapping the character and blocking, overlapping character and pawn, and ignore character collision because that's a different type of character, and blocking static, which means it's going to register on hit for walls, and it's going to overlap the characters. Then we have the character overlap box, which is just overlapping basically projectiles for me. Right here. And then I have a dynamic overlap box, which is specifically for overlapping dynamic objects. Basically, in the event graph, right, I can just do different things on depending on which one it is. On hits, on overlap, you know, I check if it's overlap or not, and then based on that, I do something else. Then I have, here's another if it does this component overlap, then I do return projectile, because this is the one that's checking to see if I hit something. And that's the, if it generates, I need to generate the character collision, but it's not a character, so I need to have something that has that and do something specific when it does that specific overlap type. So I just made another collision box. I'm not saying this is the best way of doing it, but it sure as hell takes care of the problem. Okay. So now I have this one specifically for this. So you can have multiple collision boxes. Your main one's still your main one, but there's nothing stopping you from just being like, oh yeah, let me just do sphere collision. 500. On component begin overlap. Blueprint interface to character to try to dodge. Let's do collision. Right. Custom, ignore everything, overlap pawn. Done. Because you were misinformed when you thought multiple collision boxes adds to the calculations complexity? I mean, it could be. I mean, it's as much computation complexity as it would be for just having it or not. I mean, everything adds to complexity. Adding an arrow here adds to the complexity. But, you know, is that complexity going to break your game? No. I really doubt it. So, that's all. Do I want it to... I still wanted to have a little one. Just different heights. Some food for thought then. There you go. Enjoy your meal. Yes, sir. So maybe something like this. And then, I mean, maybe have something on top. Let's do color. Probably needs to be, actually, let me see. That's a little hard to read. That's fine. Is it weird that I do better writing with a mouse diagonally? Where it's easier for me to write diagonally than... Can I just take all this and change the color in this. I mean, that really doesn't work. I was hoping that it'll be a little easier to see, but it's not. Slight outline. Slight outline. There we go. It's not good. You know what? I can't. I need to change the color. It's terrible. It doesn't work. We're going back to red, or at least orange. Let's do weapon belts like this, and then I want to specify do it skin gaps. I'll make that a different color. I'll just use red and orange, I guess. Okay. Probably should save. Next. Stomach is going to be stomach. Shall we move on to the boobs? I guess she does need something to cover up. I kind of like this. I definitely want this in the back. So whatever it is, probably gonna be this is going to be the back. Let's see. I don't like this. I don't like the over. I don't want just like a very flimsy cloth either. I want some armor on it. I don't want just like armor. If anything, I prefer having basically no armor for whatever reason than having full armor. I feel like visually, right, this I think works better than this, but this technically would probably be more protective just because it's metal. Lore, I will say, lore-wise, she's effectively immortal. Okay, I should state this, that lore-wise, she's effectively immortal. So, her sustaining damage and dying is normal. In case you're like, what about the protection? It's part of the lore, so it's fine. This is actually kind of interesting, having a design here. What happened, Leo? You had generate overlaps turned off on the core projectile class? Oh, good job. I feel like this screams barmaid. Like, I feel like if you go to a bar in like a medieval D&D world, I feel like this is what they're gonna be wearing, or like a pirate wench. You know, again, someone holding drinks. I don't know why, but that screams like that to me. It looks like Misfortune. There's so many characters all of these look like. And I know who you're talking about too, because these are old characters. You were here when I picked the name yesterday, right, Leo? When I chose the name Eris. This is Eris from Mushoku Tensei, apparently. Her name is Eris from the anime Mushoku Tensei, and now I'm conflicted on the name. I picked it because of the name of the Greek god Eris, and just my design has always been like red hair and this style, and now I'm like, now that I know a character literally named Eris with red hair like this exists, I'm like, shit. Now do I name her differently? I don't know. I was not expecting this. Sound great? No, I don't want something blatantly blood related, because blood is actually not part of the reason for the lore. There is actually no blood in the lore of the game. There's enemies drop blood, but that's because they bleed. But she's not a vampire. No one's a vampire. So, no. Anyway, you know. Yeah, I learned about that earlier today in the stream. God damn it. I think I want this. I think this is what I want. This design. And then I have straps here. I like the straps, like a strap here. And I also kind of like just this design here in general. Or at least the design. Oh, maybe not this specifically, but like I like the neck piece and like all of this. This being kind of like like that, as like metal fabric here, strap. You're really good at making names for fictional characters, but horrible at remembering names or associating them to people IRL. Well, here's your chance. Name her something that isn't Eris. And by the way, the name Eris, Greek, odd, Eris. Is the personification of strife and discord, particularly in war. Which I felt like could be cool to make that a thing with, you know, in the world. Again, I wasn't expecting find out about the anime. Let me just... I don't really have a 3/4 view, unfortunately, on this diagram, but now let's put it here, I guess. Erza? Like Erza Scarlet from You're just messing with me. I know you're messing with me. There's no way you don't know. I'm calling BS on you not knowing. Guts. I'm calling BS. You know exactly what you're doing. I might keep the name because the nickname is still good, but how do I do this? I should probably keep honestly, I should probably keep the head and the neck. It'll be easier to explain. Draw over. Get rid of this though. Okay, so I don't. You is going to be oh god, they're freaking they're all curves. Stop. I hate the fact that it swaps to freaking curves. I don't want to disable vector. I just want to be in pixel mode. Stop it. I was wondering why it was making such nice curves every time after I finished. Let's turn off stabilizer. There we go. Metal. Okay, red's gonna be hard to see. Let's go. I see you? I kind of see you, yeah. Maybe go. Yeah. Hey, good one, Skronek. Thanks for stopping by. Zivalia, I want something a little simpler, shorter. I liked Eris because it was nice and short. That felt thematic because it's gonna be a small island area. I don't want it complex. I want something simpler, and I'd like it to have some kind of like the relationship to again, like the reason I liked Eris was one, I just like the name sounds nice. It's short, and it had like, you know, Greek mythology and stuff like that behind it. Like, you know, I could lean into that character. Gaguta sounds good. I like how you first won by Gaguts. Your name changed to Gaguto with an O, and now you're like, nah, Gaguta. We'll make it feminine by changing just the O to an A. That's all we're doing. Hold on, you're gonna like this one. Probably won't see any cleavage up there, but it's good. Okay. So here's the question then becomes, and this is something that the character artist brought up, is I want this, right? I want fabric. Whether on the side or behind. I mean, I really like where's the ones? Do I not have the did I not put it here? Nope, that's the one I did not put here. Wait. I almost thought that this one and this one were the same. Like, can I just find actually the original higher res one? See if I can find it. That. By the way, do you guys want to see where the design originally started for this character? When I was like, maybe, you know, like inspired by maybe by like Aloy. I said like I want it to be maybe inspired by Aloy. It just gave me Aloy. I'm like, okay, well, dropping that whole thing. No, stop it. No, not what I meant. Do not give me Aloy. And then it went here. So the character could have been very voluptuous. Could have been thick. But I didn't want to go thick. Then it went here, which has started to be more of where I wanted it to go. But then it went back. Thick. And then after this, I brought in one of my previous concept images. And then it started becoming what I actually wanted, which was more of where we're at now. Yeah. So this is more of like what we're working with. Looks like a miss of misfortune at Katarina. I don't think anyone thinks either of those characters looks terrible, so you know, I'm okay with this. What happened to her face on this one? He's like, I know what, I give up. No face. Like there is something nice about, I mean, some yoga pants, basically. That is, you know. But no, we're not doing that. But yeah, anyway, it could have been this. Is what I'm saying is the main character could have gone here. You could be staring at this would not read as pixel art at all. There's just way too much going on. Not even, I don't think even that would read very well. This, no, you know, yeah. Also, dear God, the proportions. I don't know what it uses as the information for the concept for this, but her head is smaller than her boobs. Sorry, her head is smaller than a single one of her boobs. Dear God, the here it's a little more normal, but this one. Anyway. Let's see. I was trying to find this image though. Where's this image? Just because I wanted it higher as what I got. Oh, I think I found it. Found it. There we go. Am I using anything from these two? Probably not. I don't think I'm grabbing anything from these. Face? No, I think I prefer this face over this face, so even for face, it's not going to be that. Okay, what I want to grab, the reason I grabbed these images specifically, though, is the fabric. So, this is the, oh yeah, there's the other design, just belts. This is just called belts, and the lightest of fabric that's somehow attached. But I want to attach fabric, and I guess because I have little shorts, I should probably just actually write that. Is it? Okay. Shorts. It's that close. But I need a way of attaching the fabric. Apparently you didn't enable IPv6 this entire time you had your router that is capable of IPv6 page. So, what's the big deal? So this has the two colors here. I don't think I want to do two colors. So it could be done two different ways. I could do like two on the sides. Like there would be like one here and one here. But I kind of want either fully on this. I really like this. I guess is what I really want. I do want this, and I want a little bit on the sides. So what I think I'm going to do is grab this. The side ones shouldn't be a problem from what I've seen. From what I've seen, they shouldn't be a problem. Doesn't mean they won't be, but they shouldn't be. This be like. Cut it out, cut it out. I think the longer fabric that's just more open and the longer hair that's more open is going to read well, like when she runs and stuff like that for a more interesting character. Review. So get rid of all of this. Doesn't even perfect, to be fair. It's not going to be. Grab the wrong layer. There we go. So I'm thinking something like, I guess it needs to be. How does this fit on her? It's because her leg is diagonal there. That's why. She doesn't have her legs spread. But a harlot. Look like a harlot having her legs spread. God. Hey, Zero, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You came to the stream and thought, wow, a tail. Now we're really designing. No tails. I don't think there's any fabric between her legs. I mean, there kind of is. I need to probably put that in. Just do this. It's quite refreshing seeing other facets of game dev. I do a lot of different parts of game dev. I do UI, I do characters, I do abilities, I do a lot of different stuff. But then, to be fair, this is the first time I'm doing something like this. True. But I feel like I still do quite a bit of varied stuff. Yeah, in this regard, yeah. Outside of engine, I mean, I do the character stuff in Blender. You do some blueprints and then some blueprints and can't forget about the blueprint part. Would you rather I do some C++ and some more C++ and then don't forget about C++? Guess non-Unreal Dev, yeah. That is true. That is true. Imagine if 2026 I woke up and said, fuck it, we're doing C++. I mean, did you just watch my video, my first video, the one on the channel this last Sunday? I joked about that. When I went back home over winter break, I saw one of my old like C++ books, like from high school days. Now, I've tried to learn programming for a long time. It's just not for me. You know, it's one thing where I'd be like, oh, I just don't want to do it, and I've never tried, and I don't care to try. But no, I've tried many times. It's just not for me. How do I best if we did this horizontal, I'm not gonna leave her butt cheeks exposed like that. I'm sorry to disappoint people. maybe a little. We might do like a little. Tasteful. Smidge cheek. Yeah. But what I want to do is figure out how the cape here attaches. So if I come here, flip horizontal. So we have this. Does it flip horizontally? Oh. Ah, I was in the wrong area. That's why. Okay, so what I want to do here, first of all, is move this image. This image even below her. Basically, I want to see how does this attach. So on this one, I need to. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, it comes here. I guess it comes here. And then same thing here. It'll be like, well, this one's more of the back one. So this, there is the side one, which I still want. This is the side one. But then we have the main one. The main one should probably do something like this. Here. So this will be below the belt, or below the belts, but above. You're not gonna get much chic. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're not really gonna see the character from below anyway. Or from behind much anyway. But that's the general idea. You're finished with Charmander. Now you have two characters you can control. Nice. Mewtwo and Charmander. Are those the two? The only way you can get manual ricochet to work while using, we're also using the projectile movement component, is by deleting the projectile component, rotating the actor in the hit direction, then recreating the projectile component and seeing the velocity. Why do you need to remove and re-add? Well, the example that I gave right when we had that conversation is, yeah, just delete. If you cannot set the vector velocity on impact, like if that doesn't work, then what you can try doing is deleting it and spawning a new one at the right angle, basically. But you shouldn't need to remove the projectile component. That's odd. Oh, is there a bounce option on the projectile movement component, Stormrun? No, just use that. I didn't know. Muted Charmander and Pikachu. Oh, nice. 3 down. Over 1,000 to go. How many Pokemon are there? There's definitely over 1,000. Be using it somewhat inconsistent. What's the problem with it? Can you explain the problem to those of us that just heard about this? Are you 100 Pokemon for your game? Nice. And 50 minute games. Dear God. Have good luck. I think I want to get rid of this. $20 bad guy Pokemon, grunts, and 10 legendaries. Before you were trying to get it to work with the heading pawns, I didn't do as such. Well, you figured out that that was because of the collision stuff, right, Leo? So now that you have that working, theoretically you can go back to using it? Because now that I think about it, the first-person demo does shoot balls that bounce around. So yeah, that makes sense to her to have it. Made your own collision for NPCs and player controller in the project settings. Quite easy, it helps a lot. Yeah, that's the go-to typically. I also made my own collision stuff. It's helpful. I should probably save. Okay. So we have this. We have that. I want to do the back. And there's a specific back that I want, which is this. The I want this back. And I want this kind of design here. Now, I guess what I need is to return. No, I have this here. So let's actually just go here and bring back a little bit of that. Yeah, let's be around here. So for this, we're looking at pretty much just this part. Hey, Dark, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You don't have to cast to third-person character anymore for any collision box to register the player. NPCs can do specific things as well, both pawns. So I got the, you just got rid of the situation. Nice. Being a top-down roguelike similar to Vampire Survivors. Is Vampire Survivors a roguelike? I mean, I guess it is. You want to have a system where the map is created using PCG something. I don't know what that is. If I leave an area and come back to it, you want it to generate differently. You would want to change the seed, basically. When you're in an area, you're in it, and then you leave. And when you leave, you have like on end overlap. You change the seed of that thing, and then and you tell it to regenerate, and you'll regenerate with the new seed. So it'll randomize, probably. Well, depending on what you're doing, I mean, I don't know about doing it all with PCG. It works now. With bounce, it works. There you go. You know, it says a lot about the content I watch that when you said with bounce it works, the first thing that went into my head is Bounce on It Dio from wow, my brain just blinked on the wow. Henya, yeah, Henya the Genius. I was like, and then the name just slipped. Henya, yeah, from Henya the Genius. Just her saying that, it's hilarious. I love it. You already made a video on it? Not to regenerate under a different setup. I made a video on how to generate it with the same setup, basically. You wasted probably 2 days doing this, making a manual ricochet. Hey, but now you'll learn how to do that. And I learned that there's a bounce option, which makes sense. Yep, that's time.
Stream paused. Don't worry, the shampoo ad isn't plot relevant.
Thank you, Charlie. Was that Moist Critical? I think that was Moist Critical. You know from experience as well, you know a lot of projectile movement and effects down. Nice. Yeah, this is how you slowly build your like repertoire of things you know and are good at. Because you mess up, and then you remember all those things you mess up on. And in the end, then you're good. You may accidentally become a master animator. Hey, nothing bad about that. So go for it. You know, I've become good at things I don't care much for. He says being good at in the film industry where I don't care much for the film industry. I think the next one we need to look at is the hair. Be careful baiting people. Don't want to learn that too well. There's nothing wrong with baiting people. You can bait fish. Why can't you bait people? And if you're really good at it, you might become a master baiter. Then you hated Blender, but you spent 50% of your time in this game in there. Yeah, and eventually you'll get really good at it and you won't hate it anymore. Yeah, this pro tips to nail hierarchical generation that I was showing you earlier. This is kind of the effect that you want, where you only can see X amount of stuff, just the one the PCG to change. Yeah, so the problem is the PCG to change. Because that hierarchical generation is designed around it not changing. So that's the main problem. And I don't know if there's a way of... This is something that you would need to experiment with, because I say that because I know I would need to experiment with. If there's trying to somehow give it a seed based on the area. So, like, here, I'll explain what's going through my head. So, this is all theoretical, just to be clear here. Okay, let's say you have, right, a grid of partitions. And then it could be even, like, tighter grid, doesn't matter. But you could be like, okay, if the position of the grid is, you know, -2, -2, then you have a check in the PCG graph and checks this position. If it is this, then it gets the seed from X property. If it is, you know, -2, -1, it gets it from this property. And you do it by partition or by chunks of partition. But this value would need to happen maybe on, maybe it's stored on the blueprint actor. And then when you get away from there far enough, you would change the seed on this. And then when it regenerates, it might reread it, but there's a good chance that it will keep the old seed, because technically it's not regenerating the full graph, but it's regenerating the partition. So I don't know if it would even, if you change the seed this way, if it would even rerun, quote unquote. I think it will. I think it does, from what I know, but I'm not 100%. And this would be like a whole setup where you would need to, basically figure out like world position areas and then divide it into the partition sections and then check if the partition is within a certain area. And if it is, it grabs this or this or this. Again, all theoretical, but this method in theory could work. That's the best I got. Sounds way too complicated. Well, yeah, there's not a simple solution to this. Yeah, what do you think is going to be a checkbox? You're asking to break the way PCG is designed and how things are designed. You're trying to go against the flow. So yeah, it's not going to be easy. You wish things were a checkbox? I mean, create your own system and make it a checkbox. You can do it. Make game checkbox. Hey, give it AI enough time. Hold on. Where is it? This is by good old Zoom Avoid. He's just showing it off, but it's it's all AI, right? So give it enough time, and yeah, you'll get your game. Ooh. One day you'll have Jarvis and make a game. That'd be nice. Let's see faces. I like this face. I like this face. Let me see if there's other faces that I like. Definitely not this face. We don't want that cursed face. That's a little too cursed still. This one's kind of nice. I don't think not this style. But I think this one is the best, potentially. Well, it's not bad. Yeah, not bad. I think that's the best face. That is the best face. Like, this one's not bad. It's just covering too much. I think her hair being a little pink also is not terrible, too. Funny enough, that AI video is almost what you're going for. It's not even a video. It's a game. It's Minecraft. If you didn't hear, an AI made Minecraft. You can actually, like, I don't know if it's still going on, but you just log in and just experience it for yourself as a game. Your theory is that you can make AI follow the mouse cursor? Remember the result, then take control. Yeah, but the problem is, if you're following the mouse cursor, then what's the point? It's already gonna do everything. Oh, you know what? Before I do the hair, we need to do the arm. The arm is important. Or arms. So I want to do the back. I got distracted. So the back is there. We have this. But I want the arm. And for the arm, I want one that's fully armored. And I really like this. You know what? Maybe I should take this back. I like the straps here. I think I like this design up top. Potentially, because it has a little more fabric and red fabric, which looks nice. And a little more intricate for the arm as well. Or do I want something more clean? I think I just don't want these. I don't want these things. These stick out too much. But otherwise, I want this probably more so than the other. But in the style of, or in the smooth and cleanness of this. Let me see if there's anything better. I think the other ones are a little too much or too little. This one. Right. That is more of what I was thinking. The silhouette on this, even though it sticks out a ton, does not pain me very much. But I think maybe instead of this back, I want to keep this, but I want this as the top. This shape. Now that I look at it. And mostly I just really want this part. I know I chopped off her boobs. Sorry. You know what? Let's keep this. Actually, you know what? That is pretty much this, so I'll keep it. Do I want? I like this, but I think what I want here is the red fabric, so I'm just gonna make a note of that. I'm not going to have it here, but I am going to have it in the other design. And you know what? Kill all of this, and then on this one, I also kill. This one. Like, it will watch your screen, your task manager, whole PC, so it learns from your input, then can act upon those memories. What you're asking for is a full replacement of a person. So you basically, if an AI can do that, you have replaced the entire pipeline of everything. Which I think once you think that through, probably don't want that. Because if you can do that on a small scale, someone else can do that at a massive scale. ChatGPT says to have the camera track the chunks it's in, and then when it gets far enough away, ChatGPT says a lot of stuff. If you want something more accurate for Unreal, ask Grok. ChatGPT is real bad with Unreal. You want to create a person, no babies required? Yeah, that's the thing. It's honestly, you have a higher chance of having a kid and teaching them how to do all that stuff and them doing it for you. You're wondering at what point do people realize that AI at some point becomes a giant Ouroboros? I've been saying that it's an Ouroboros basically for a while. Because it's already eating itself, AI, right? Because AI makes average generated content, right? It'll never make amazing AI content. AI makes average content, then people use the average content, which, by the way, it's average because it always takes the best and the worst, and right, it gives you the average. So it's always gonna be average content, and then people start using the content, and then the AI has run out of things to train on, so it's using the stuff from the internet, which is stuff it has made, which means that it's average content that it's actually ingesting, and then it makes it all the way back where it's now, the average is now lower because the average is, it's no longer getting the amazing data, it's just getting the average data, which is now lower, and then lower, and it's gonna go lower. So, theoretically, over time, AI from if it was left to nothing else but training on the internet, would get worse over time. Is cyclical? No. No. Cyclical means it can go back to being very good. If it doesn't get good data, the average will go down. Right? You have a pie. It has a pie. The best it can do is make half of a pie. You make half of a pie, and it's like, oh, this is what a pie looks like. And now its pie is half a pie. And so, but it needs, that's the highest now. So the best it can do is a quarter of a pie, because again, it does the average. So now you have a quarter of a pie, and people start making quarter of pies. And now it makes an eighth of a pie, because again, that is now the highest, right? So yeah, it is like an Ouroboros. Absolutely. You don't like the AI image and video thing very much, but you do like the search results and logic of it? It's like super Google? Well, there's a reason why I've stopped searching on Google and like many others. Google search 10 years ago was significantly better than it is today. And so you're stuck using AI now because the alternative that used to be good is crap. It's like Windows search bar. You used to be able to search your entire computer very well in Windows 7 and XP. Now it's hot garbage. Some people don't use it anymore. Same thing. I want to specify this as this hand. Even though Super Google sometimes hallucinate. What? Super Google? What the hell is Super Google? The hell is Super Google? Oh, speaking of AI and stuff, apparently Firefox, the owner of Firefox, got replaced or something. There's a new one. I don't know. And apparently they're now very much want to put like move Firefox in the direction of using like AI and stuff. And people are pissed as hell. I use Firefox. I don't care. Obviously, I'm using AI. But everyone's like, because it used to say they will never use AI. Now it's like, oh yeah, we're using AI. We're going to be doing AI. The only reason I use Firefox is because of ad blocker. That's the only reason. I don't care. Now let's make this. Yeah. Right. Arm. And but I want specifically, I want this. Sections of red fabric. I need the left arm as well. But... Hey Thomas, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Grok says to lead just like GPT to do randomly change the seed of the world every 5 days. Yeah, but the problem is changing the seed of the world will regenerate where you are as well. So you have to let it know, like, hey, I don't want to regenerate where I am, because it will regenerate everything, which is also expensive, because if you're doing it on a large scale, then regenerating everything, right? Oh, you guys made up Super Google in the chat? Okay, I missed it. Sorry. As good at finding the song that you can't remember what it's called. Oh my god, I've done that. I've used it for stuff like that, where I'm like, okay, what was the like game or movie that had this? This is the description of it. Or you know what I've done? Also, I'm like, you know what I really want to watch? I remember, like, I think this was like yesterday, the day before. I don't remember. Like the past few days. I was like, you know, I haven't watched Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, the anime. But man, I just remember the scene where Hestia like releases her powers, and I remember it being pretty cool. Hey, this scene, what episode is that from? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And it told me, and then I'm like, okay, let me just go watch that. And like, I'm like, oh yeah, which episode in the first season of Seven Deadly Sins does Escanor show up? Because Escanor is freaking amazing in that. Like, I've rewatched that a few times, like, just randomly. Like, I like badass characters. What can I do? What can I say? I'm like, what episode is that again? I'll find it. I'll go and grab it, watch it. So I totally get that. I use that all the time. You'd rather have ChatGPT in your phone than Siri? Siri is dumb. You ask a question and it's like, here's a link I found. Siri has you what, 64 times 10? You mean you don't say, hey Siri, call dad? That's really what you should be using it for, as far as Apple's concerned. See, I should be safe saying that because I doubt anyone in this chat that has it on. Now, you're all Android people, I know. You're doing it on a small scale and you'll be able to block the area visible on screen? No, that's not how that works. No. The only way you'd be able to do it if you were to set it up the way I explained. If you change the seed of the entire thing, you change the entire seed. I'm pretty sure. Again, you try it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you change the seed, it will only, when regenerating, will change it. So maybe just changing the seed will work, and then when you generate new stuff, it'll use the new seed, and then ungenerating will be fine. It's possible that could work. But again, it needs to be trial and error. Test it. Ask Grok, what's the name of the song that goes dum dum? You know what? Have a good night, good guts. Thanks, Tom. Bye. You know what? I will ask Grok that. I'm curious about the answer. We're experiencing issues with Grok at the moment. Grok may be unable to reply. Well, let's find out. The melody you're describing most closely matches the Imperial March Darth Vader's scene from Star Wars. It's often hummed as dum dum dum, dum da dum, dum da dum. What if I say no? That's not the one. I'm just curious. I'll just give me one more. I'm just curious what it thinks. It's still the second place. Then it's Dum Dee Dum by Keys and Crates, or Seven Nations Army, or literally Dum 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 by Twilling, whatever that is. There you go. Yes, legit. What you thought about me saying Dum Dum Dum? There you go. Okay, so Arm 1 will be full, well, I guess it's not really full, full plate. It has fabric here. I kind of want the other arm to have skin. So maybe something like this instead for the other arm. What do we do? Her arm is bent backwards. It's broken. Don't want to look at that. This is going directly to a 3D artist or to a character artist? A 3D character artist. So both? What? It's a 3D character artist. So it's both a 3D artist and a character artist. Where's your arm? 2D character concept artist for the latter? No. I don't have a 2D character concept artist. I don't get one of those. I only got a 3D one. I mean, he could do like concept, but he concepts in 3D. And I realized after just a couple of like things he sent me that freaking autofocus. He's good at 3D, and he can concept it as well. But what I gave him was just too much variation, where like I had a general idea, but what I gave him was not specific enough in the direction. Like, it doesn't need to be specifically this design, right? This exact, plate. But now, okay, this is how I want things to work. And then from there, we can build and, change and things of that nature. Because it's like, if you're looking at all of them, some of them are like leather straps and like medieval buckles. Some of them are like full on metal and they have like, it goes all the way around. Some of them are only in the front. Right? Even just looking at that, some of them are like very intricate. Some have, different design. This one's interesting. This one has one leg showing thigh here, but the other one is like has straps and stuff. I just noticed. I might want to add this. To the sides. It actually probably will help. I'm gonna do it. The design on this is probably wrong, bad, but it doesn't matter. The point is, I want to but then I want to put it here. Maybe? I might put it to the side and make a note of it. Basically, the whole point of this was I want to give the character artists better direction. A lot of this doesn't make sense in 3D. A lot of this doesn't make sense of like which one do I really want. They're very different styles. Right? The general idea of all of them is similar, but how you actually decide to finally execute on it is different. Like, for example, he gave me a fabric design that had red and white, and I can see where he got it because I think I gave him stuff like this. But really, I'm like, I don't really care much for the red and white. I care more about just the red. I don't really care about the white part. Just full red. And like, that's not communicated great. So it's really on me to like communicate that. I'm just gonna take you, and I'm just gonna make a note of this. Maybe on sides if not if below top belt, or I guess below bottom belt, below belts. Again, I don't know why I write diagonally. Whenever whenever I've used a mouse, I find myself writing diagonally. Couldn't tell you why. I want what hairstyle do I want? This is the face I want. So let's grab you. What about a hair? I don't want a ponytail. I definitely want more like this style. Like it can have a like come together maybe at the end, but I don't know about having it be that long to begin with. I don't want to guess long enough where I don't want it to go all the way down here. Having the design where only the hair is red is also kind of interesting, but you know, colors can be played around with. I don't want this. I like this one. I like this one. I think I guess on a lot of these I'm okay with. I think I'm just going to circle a bunch of hair ones with its own color. Hair. Hair options in green. So this one, just get them an idea of like where like I'm looking at for this one. Any other ones that I'm like, this is okay, I guess. Yeah, it's longer for sure. Like it's not bad, but it is longer. I think this one's too like wavy. This one's not bad. I think this one's not bad. Not that. Also, so you're safe best. Okay. I think that's kind of going to be the design. So metal boots with the knee guard built in. Top part here is fabric. All fabric. Shorts, or your short shorts, belts, a couple of belts, stomach exposed. What happened here? I need to. I want. Is it this one? I need to hide this one. I want the straps from the bottom one. But I want shoulder blade stuff. This one. There you go. I want these. I should probably make a note of that. Doing the thing again. I want this. A little more. I don't know where this one would be, but probably from the same one. All from. Okay. Should I just lower the opacity on the draw over a little bit? No, not really. But I should probably just move this to the side a little. Guess you can see it better. I'll keep it in that one. Okay. That's our design, huh? I have to freaking make a new name. God damn it. Because of this stupid character. You know, I'm just gonna go with this design instead and just say screw it, and then it's gonna be very different, right? What name are you going with? I don't know yet. I was going to go with Eris, but this is Eris, and also has red hair, and also has very similar. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's similar enough. Stomach exposed, thighs exposed, like top of thighs exposed, shorts. They're similar. So many similarities. They also have the name be similar. God damn it. By similar, I mean exactly the same. I freaking wanted to call her Eris after the Greek god, but I'll think of a new name. I'll think of a new name. Can't believe it. Look, it has a cool Apparently this is a harem thing, so this is probably fan art. But this is a Eris that may or may not be the same Eris that has also red hair. That has a cool death scene. Damn it. If I find out they're all like getting inspired by the same thing, and that's like from and you check what does the Greek goddess Eris look like actually? Winged creature, ugly / savage. Okay, has a sword, disheveled, dark, terrifying. Okay, maybe I go with a different name. Crap. Anyway. Got my design. We'll see how it goes. Tomorrow I'll probably go back to Unreal. You got proper ricochet working? Nice. Congrats. Freaking finally, yeah. Good job. The main thing is you got there and you learned a lot along the way. I think that's a win. Yeah. I'm trying to think. So Sunday's video, I think, will be me showing the how to do the multiple camera angle render setup. Even if you don't do it for sprites, it is just good for like if you're an artist at a studio or just need to show your work and you want to show it from multiple camera angles and just be able to render like that for all of them. I think it's still good. So I think I'll show that. There was some interest in it, it seems. I don't know how much actually interest there'll be, but Evan, yeah, you're a little late. That's okay. I'm pretty much wrapping up, so tiny bit late, but that's okay. I appreciate you showing up anyway. But I guess with that, I hope you all have a fantastic night. We'll be back tomorrow with some more Unreal, probably. We'll see. Or maybe it'll be this again, because all this is going to be terrible. So who knows? We will see. But hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.